Video is about the long walk from Cap Rouge along the St. Lawrence River. And I went to do that long walk to plant flowers like these for Joe. It's a thing I'm obligated to do as part of my marriage vows. And here is the St. Lawrence River, no swimming, no feeding ducks. And these are the ducks, or perhaps the geese, you are not allowed to feed. They don't seem too disturbed by people. Here's the signage saying, don't climb the dangerous cliff face, because there's a cliff face. And in the distance, you can see the two bridges across the St. Laurent River. And this is eventually, after 3 or so kilometers, you get to a staircase. And this is because you have to go up above. That you can't follow the river shoreline anymore. You have to go up above, and you go through some more wooded areas, very natural beauty, and some difficult parts of a path. And then, of course, there's the plaque that commemorates the people that died while they were building the bridge, the first bridge. And there's a flower for Joe. These are flowers for Joe. I had to put these here. Maybe one day Joe will come see them. Some informational things about the barge, that there was a storm and people drowned on the barge. That's the plaque. And there's more flowers for Joe. I planted those, and this was very much a lot of work. It took a lot of time to plant these flowers here. And this is a little bit of telling you what they do in the wintertime. They push the snow over the cliff right here. This is where the snow gets piled in the wintertime. They slide it down there and it melts. And there's a flower for Joe. Look at that. And there's the other view of that cliff they pushed the snow over. And this goes into the St. Lawrence. More flowers for Joe, because she wants those flowers. And more information about the flora, fauna of the area, the nature, the natural stuff. And I had to work a lot on this grouping of flowers that took me some time. A little bit more informational stuff. These usually appeared at the stairs, at the places where there were stairs. And there's a view getting closer to the bridges. You can see the walkway down below. And flowers for Joe, because, she likes flowers and she likes me to plant them. This location is actually near a parking lot, so you could start the trek on the way to the bridge and beyond, because this pathway goes much farther. And flowers for Joe. Look at that red and white collection of flowers. There's an example of the staircase. This is one of the taller ones. Maybe not the most, the largest one. There's, of course, shipping on the St. Lawrence continues. Now we're underneath one of the bridges, and there are more signs, and there are more flowers for Joe. I don't know what those are, but I planted them. And that's about as close as I got. Well, I got a little bit further over just to go under the bridge to say I did, and then I turned around and I started walking back. So it's about 5 kilometers from where I started to here, and there's flowers for Joe. You can see the shoreline in that previous one. It gets kind of rocky. Oh, those are, I think, lilacs. I think those are what those are. And those are for Joe. And there's the shoreline. So you can see people in the shot to give you an idea of scale. And there's, on the way back up, this is how much I came down, and now I have to walk back up. And here's some flowers for Joe. Planted those too. Yep, I did. And so like 29 meters is the height I'll be climbing to go back up. I think I measured them all, and the total elevation change is, the tallest one, I guess, is 39. But the total of all the added together, I think, was 144 meters. You have to climb up 144 meters in total. There's some more flowers. There's the sign, if you come in from the other end, saying what you can't do. Lots of do not do this. And, there's more information about the area and more shoreline. It's interesting. I never really, and flowers for Joe, I never really thought about the shoreline of a river before. I didn't remember visiting one before. And so this is about, the St. Lawrence River, and this is about the building of the Pierre Laporte Bridge, and flowers for Joe. Of course, more flowers. I planted those. And then we have probably nothing else to show you. And you're just looking at flowers for Joe. Thank you for joining me. Flowers for Joe.